Hello all, MikeRo here. Welcome to another episode of my FIFA 19 Youth Squad career mode with Forest Green. Today we've got a couple of games against Blackpool and Gillingham, but I've played a lot of games off camera. It's a new kind of style of episode I'm trying out in terms of formatting because I want to try, like I said in the last episode, I want to try and get through the seasons as quick as we can while we're in the lower divisions. But I still want to play every game because I don't really like simming unless it's a cup competition that I'm not too bothered in. So here are a few highlights of how we have been getting on. We started off with an away game against Lincoln City and we didn't get off to the best of starts, it's fair to say. Gave the ball away pretty sloppily straight away from a goal kick. They played the ball through to Harry Anderson. He absolutely belted it past Phillips and goal, who just did not move in the slightest. No arm movement, no nothing. You can tell he's angry at himself afterwards, but when you look at it again, he's absolutely drilled this shot past him. It's past him before he even knows it, and it's all too late. So not the best start from us, but it didn't take us too long to kind of get onto the score sheet ourselves here as Ed Turner and Griffiths linked up with Ollie Hughes, and he smashes it into the back of the net. A lovely 20-yard strike from our captain and arguably our best player so far this season. A wonderful finish, and you can see it from here when he drills it. He absolutely just stays hit on this. Look at that, it's an absolute jaffa of a hit. But Lincoln were proving to be a difficult opponent. In the 35th minute, they had a corner. It took a little time to actually hit the corner, but John Akinde, he's a big guy, and he rose up for that header from the corner and absolutely pelted it past Phillips again. First time I think we've actually, well no, it's not the first time we've conceded two. We conceded two against Stevenage as well, but I did feel we were a little bit on the back foot in this game for the majority of the first half. Lincoln were very much on top, and I couldn't really get out of our own half, though even our goal came against the run of play. We tried to change it up before half time, give the guys a bit of a talking to in the dressing room, and we made a good start for the second half here as Ollie Hughes cuts inside, placed it to Griffiths, and we forced the keeper into an early save, and it was a sign of things to come. Ed Turner having a very good game today, played it to Ollie Hughes, then it was over to Little G, is in Shane Griffiths on the left hand side, he cuts back inside, places it to Ollie Hughes, gets a little bit lucky with deflection, and it falls to Ed Turner, who opens his account finally for Forest Green. It's only taken him around about 5 games or so, but he finally got there. And he's celebrating there with the fans. It was a big moment for him, and it's good to get him off the mark. And as we found ourselves back on level terms, Ferreira played a lovely ball out to Robinson, the left back cutting into the middle of the park. And he managed to find the ball back out to the Terrence in the middle. He played a lovely ball through to Fourier. His first shot originally saved by the keeper, but a goodish header just managed to squeak its way over the line with a little help from the keeper, who probably wasn't having his best day, it's fair to say, but he is also now off the mark for the club, and somehow managing to overturn the deficit twice. I think this shows real good character within the side, and it's good that we can get goals from multiple places, because let's be fair, with Turner up front, we haven't exactly got the best focal point. And it wasn't the end there. 83 minutes in, Terrence managed to get a bit lucky here. Ball fell to Turner, he played it back to Terrence, and a lovely first time sweeping finish into the far corner from our central midfielder. Sealed a very decent 4-2 win away against a potential rival. Actually, they're a pretty good team. Like in real life, they're doing very well in the league as well. And there's the stats to show a pretty even game overall, but we were just a bit more clinical on the day. Next up was a slightly less exotic affair. It was just Crewe at home. We didn't really have that much of a good game, and there weren't really many chances. A very cagey match. Crewe, one of the smaller sides in this well, not smaller, but weaker teams in the league. And Ed Turner managing to turn in the first and only real chance we actually had of the game. So 2 goals in 2 games for Ed. It's good to see that he can actually finish, and he fainted from the fact he's actually managed to get 2. You can tell the first touch just to get out of his feet was excellent, and pretty near to the keeper in terms of the finish, but it went in, and that's all that matters. That was really the only highlight of the game, and full time went, and we secured a very comfortable 1-0 win at home. Crewe didn't really give us that many issues. That followed up by a Carabao Cup game against Sunderland, which we actually did manage to win. It was a bit of a surprise to me, considering that they are a League One side, but we did win 2-0, and that will see us progress to the 3rd round, where I believe we're going to be playing Oldham. Very exciting. Last up was Wycombe away, and this was a very difficult game. Wycombe were one of the better teams in the division, and they kind of showed it off here. As you can tell, Freeman played a lovely ball, and I just completely lost track of it, and what a volley that is. From Samuel up front, and you can tell how happy he was with it. A wonderful ball here. I just completely lost flight of it with the defender. Richardson getting caught out underneath it, but you can't really account for that kind of finish. It's an absolutely superlative strike. You get a great angle of it here. The technique on that is just nuts. It's already, again, past Phillips before he can even dive, bless him. Nothing he could do about many of the goals today. But we did actually manage to come back to the game. A lovely ball here from Hughes, who's just on fire at the moment, obviously showing why he is our best player. Gave it to little G Griffiths and he smashes it into the far corner. Shane Griffiths here, our left winger, statistically not brilliant, but actually playing completely out of his skin at the moment. And it was a wonderful finish on his favoured left peg into the far corner. You can see it here, it hits it straight and true, and I'm wondering maybe if the keeper can save it when you look at it from that angle, but it was very well hit, so we're going to let it slide. Wickham did finally threaten in the last few minutes of the game though here. Cashgate, one of the top scorers in the league, went for on goal, but a good save with his feet from Phillips, and I almost gifted them a second chance. Here you go, mate, have another go. But some brilliant blocking from Watson at the back managed to secure us a very credible 1-1 draw away from home. And then we played Portsmouth in the first round of the Checker Trade Trophy, a competition I really don't care too much about, and we did go out losing 2-1. So, with those results in mind, it's left us third in the table. We're not doing too badly. Gillingham, who we will be playing today, are second, so they're going to be the second live game of today's episode, and we are playing Blackpool before that, and they are down in 10th. So, we've got off to a decent start, 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. 9 goals scored is pretty impressive. That's like third best in the division behind Bury and Gillingham. In terms of players that have impressed, you can look no further than Ollie Hughes, who's been absolutely brilliant for us in that cam position, but he is one of the highest rated players in the division, so it's to be expected. Defensively, we've been a bit shaky, but we already knew that. We haven't got the best kind of like defensive threats. One player whose kind of stats don't really show how good he is Sean Griffiths here on the left hand side. He is excellent. He's already got 2 goals himself this season. He makes very clever runs coming in off that left hand side. Very, very impressed. Turner's improved as well. He's becoming a bit more physical and a bit of a hold up man. It's taken me a little while to get used to how to play with him, but he is very good. And Fourier is okay. So we've got a decent enough sort of like front 4, but I feel like there is a large room for improvement. Away we go then. Blackpool mid-table, got still a pretty decent team. Remember, they weren't in the Premier League that many years ago, so there's obviously no real remnants of that team left, but they shouldn't be underestimated. Turner, go on, have a crack. He hasn't got the best connection, Turner. Griffiths, oof, it's not a bad effort. He is left-footed though, Griffiths, but he's scored a couple of goals this season already, and he's playing quite well. So him and Mason and Hughes make a nice little partnership in that like little midfield triangle. He was along there. That's a great header. Turner, can he turn his man? Great strength from our forward. Absolutely woeful pass though. His passing has not been good today. It's not a great start for Turner. And he's going to keep that in, isn't he? He's whipped to the front post. Lovely header away. No. Oh, what a save from Phillips. Bloody hell, what a save from Phillips. I've still not quite figured out how I'm going to separate the 2 Griffiths brothers. I'm assuming they're brothers. I don't think they actually are, but we're going to, for narrative purposes, we're going to say that they are. I need to go back and look at how Martin Tyler used to differentiate between Phil and Gary, other than the fact that one was crap and the other one wasn't. Now here we go, on the break. We'll take from Turner. Turner's passing today is just pissing me off. He's having a really bad game. He's trying to fight. I was meant to go to Harris, not Turner. Turner's held the ball up. That's nice. We're going to have to try and pass our way through. It's a great bit of play. Oh, it's a good effort, but it's a good save from the keeper. Hughes unlucky not to break the deadlock. And 0-0 at half-time. The one game I haven't scored in yet today. The one I'm playing live, obviously. Nothing has really happened, in all fairness, apart from a Hughes chance and one good save from Phillips. There's been nothing to report. Let's hope for better in the second half, shall we? Oh my! Oh, Turner's managed to hit the ball. Go on, Turner. Turner, great strength. Shocking finish. Shocking finish. Yeah, great interception by Little G. He's the man. He's the man. Little G out to Fourier. Bell's on the overlap. Bell down the wing. Shall I whip across it? Let's try it. Little G. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh no. No one really making any runs. Ollie Hughes, he's turned, he hits it. Great save from the keeper. Corner, come on. A 0-0. It's not great, and it's not exactly what I wanted to show you all, considering how many goals I've been banging in all the other games. That's a bit disappointing. A 0-0, we absolutely bossed it. They have 1 shot on target. I'm a bit pissed off. We should have won that. Right, so after that game, as you can tell, we are now still 3rd in the league, but Gillingham, who we play now, the league leaders, have a 4-point advantage over us. We're away from home. Our record away from home is actually pretty good, and we have had, I think, a full week's worth of rest. So we are in pretty good nick. Only one real change from the last game, which is that Mason's going to come back in for Harris. Harris didn't have a bad game, but he wasn't as good. He doesn't give us as much as Mason does, to be fair. Gillingham are the top scoring team in the league. We are actually not even in the top 5. So after that last game, it kind of shows that maybe up front we are still lacking a little bit, but it's more to do with the fact that we're not making the chances. It's just that we just didn't convert them, and we can't be as profligate today. Today we need to be able to finish those chances. Great tackle there. Go on. Brilliant play from Bell. Brilliant play from Bell. Turner's in. Turner's in. He squares it over. Shocking pass. I should have just hit it. I should know that Turner can't pass. Turner just it might as well just Velcro wouldn't stick on Turner. Do you know what I mean? 0-0. Boring as just dull. Just so dull. Just so attritional. It's a bit like teams have just kind of gotten used to like how we play already, and it's just dull. This game is desperate for a goal. There's Ollie Hughes. Oh, that's better. Good effort. A bit of dip on it made the keeper parry it away. Better already, more intent shown. There's Gillingham break on the attack here. Oh no, we're in trouble now. They're going to have men over here. Bell's been turned. We're lucky they played it out wide, because this is just the worst. This is the most League 2 game I think I've ever seen. Hughes to Turner. Come on, mate. There's a break on now. Better ball. Little G. I'm just sick of it. A couple of changes. I've had enough of Turner, I think, for one day. So he is coming off. Mason Lee is coming on. We're going to bring Hill on for Mason as well. I've just had enough. I've just had enough of Turner being gash. Well, he's played a nice ball through to Fourier here. Fourier now. Here we go. Tease it back. Turner. Oh my God! I don't believe that. I'm just about to take him off. What a hit on his wrong foot. What a hit that is. It's a magical breakaway goal. Turner set it up and then Fourier played it back to him, and it's a brilliant first time hit. Unbelievable. What a hit. It's not great from the keeper, but Turner scores it. Ed Turner. That Tash. It's the power of the Tash. Just taking him off. Scores a belter. Love it. We've got men over now. There's spaces appearing. Lovely from Fourier. He's been good. Nice from Terence. Terence squares it. Lovely finish. That's Mason Lee. It's the same goal, but it doesn't matter. It's 2. We've finally managed to exploit a space. We've made the most of it. Lovely take. Great finish. Mason Lee is off the mark on camera and in the season. His first goal for Forest Green, and it could be a big one. Mason Lee, horrendous control. Does not matter. 2-0. A very, very boring game turned into a bit of a spectacle at the end. 2-0. It's a big result in the context of us keeping tabs on Gillingham. Can't let them get ahead. If we had let them win that, it would have been 7 points already. Which, yes, it's early in the season, but it's still already quite a big gap if promotion is what we're after, and let's face it, it is. Look how tight it is now. You've got, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 teams on 14 points. Unbelievable. Gillingham still top with 15, but we are just sat behind them on 14, and that was a very big, big result. So I think that's where we will leave it for today's episode. Let me know what you think of like the kind of formatting of it. I think, like I said, in the early seasons when we're doing this, this is probably the best way to get through the seasons relatively quick, is for me to play 4 or 5 games or 3 or 4 games off camera, then come back and maybe play like 2 live an episode. I don't know how long this episode is going to be actually when I edit it, but we'll see and we'll play it as we do. We are still actually obviously in the Carabao Cup 3rd round, so we've got that tie against Oldham. I actually think that we might go quite far in the Cup at this rate. We seem to be doing alright against the bigger teams. So what we'll do is we'll definitely come back in October where we're going to be playing like Crawley. And yeah, we'll do that then. We'll come back for maybe Crawley and Bury, because obviously Bury are doing very well on the table at the moment as well, so that's quite a big game. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and let me know if you've enjoyed the episode. If you have enjoyed it, then please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you in the next episode of my FIFA 19 Youth Squad Career Mode, stay cool.